Cole LaBrant, Savannah LaBrant, you are fake Christians. And also, watch what you're doing with your children, Cole LaBrant. And you know what? People say don't bring children into this. Well, guess what? Their entire channel is based on their daughters.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a new video for you because one of the most highly requested family channels on my channel that you guys want me to talk about is the LaBrant family. And there's a reason why, because they have a past. Oh, sure they do. So get ready to pay close attention, grab a snack, and wash it down with some hot tea. If you guys didn't know, the LaBrant family is a family channel here on YouTube with over 12 million subscribers. The mother, Savannah, has 6 million followers on Instagram. The father, Cole, has 5 million followers on Instagram. But on TikTok, he is poppin'. He has 16.2 million followers. So this family is super famous. They're popular all over social media selling merch. And if you look at their social blade, you will see they make up to $3.7 million from YouTube alone, which is a lot of money. You might be wondering, where did this fame come from? How did they get famous so quickly? Well, Cole got famous from Vine because he was part of a group called Dim White Boys, which was a group of 3 guys which made Vines online when Vine was a thing. Cole was part of the trio and he was able to gain so much fame from Vine and take it on to other platforms. While I do think Cole is overall a good dad and a good guy, he does have a past. And while I'm not trying to be a hater, guys, because I've watched their videos, I enjoy their content, and I see why you guys love them. They're not all bad. They're not evil people, but they've done some wrong things, and I'm just gonna hold them accountable. You guys requested this video. You wanted to see how I feel about this family, so I dug up the dirt, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how I feel. So back to Dim White Boys, because one, Dim White Boys is just so offensive because you can see they're trying to act like they are, you know, black or something. I don't know how else to say it, but it is clear cultural appropriation.
Tyrone, you notice your baby!
And you can see in their vines that they did things like face and they would wear do-rags and things like that. So their vine was pretty offensive, but in general they just had basic vines of them dancing and, you know, everything else you would see on that app.
Boys, back to school shopping tomorrow!
A lot of fans online have called out Cole for being insensitive towards race and making certain comments that are pretty uncomfortable. I'm not the race police here, and I'm not here to tell someone who they are or what they believe, but the vines from back then were really immature and childish, and I'm not going to hold them to him today, but I am going to hold some other things to him. Again, this is an old tweet, but he posted a video online of his cousin named Peanut who was getting on the ground so that his sister can get onto Peanut's back and get off of the swing. It's a really weird video to watch and just like weird imagery, and it's very uncomfy. I don't really like it. And the problem with this tweet in general is that he is praising Peanut for doing this, and Peanut doing this is kind of disrespectful. I don't think I need to spell it all out for you guys, but obviously you can see that that doesn't look right. Cole is not the only one who has made insensitive comments in the past. His wife has also posted on Facebook the N-word, which again is so uncomfortable for me. Like, I never use that word. I will never use that word. And I don't understand why every single influencer has used that word. Like, it's so inappropriate. It's been inappropriate ever since I've been growing up and I've existed. So I don't know why so many people have used it. I don't care if it was 5 or 10 years ago. You still said it. And like 10 years ago, 20 years ago, like I was uncomfortable with it. So you need to check yourself. I hate to start off on a bad note because I have found some good things about this family. They provide a lot of great things and opportunities for their daughters. Like Everleigh has the best dance school and she's able to dance like she wants to. And we can talk about Everleigh in a minute because if you didn't know, these parents have 2 children. And it's kind of wild because the dad, Cole, is only 23 years old. He's 23 and he's had this much success. He has a family. He has so much to live for, yet he is kind of bitter and judgmental. And before I pull up some of his judgmental tweets, I do want to mention that Savannah is older. She is 27. I don't know if that really matters, but just to put it in perspective, she had a child before she was with Cole. The daughter's name is Everleigh. She's about 7 years old, and Cole, you know, helps raise her now, but she does have a biological father who is involved. His name is Tommy, and Oftentimes in the vlogs, it seems like they're trying to paint him as a villain. I want to talk about that a little bit more in a minute, but I'm going to focus on these judgmental tweets that Cole and Savannah have participated in. For example, Cole tweeted out that he thinks homosexuality and the divorce is a sin, which I guess makes sense in the Bible. But like, why are you even talking about that? Why are you bringing it up? Like, are you trying to judge people who are? Also, that makes me uncomfortable. Like, as someone who's gay, that like I would never want to meet you or support you just because I already know you don't accept me, and that's not cool. Another issue that you guys have with Cole that you brought up to me is the fact that he has tweeted a lot of really insensitive things when it comes to being pro-life. I am all about being conservative and, you know, having your beliefs and even being pro-life, but some of the things that he has tweeted are just so insensitive and wrong. It's a perfect example of a man telling a woman how to use their body, and he's just being really insensitive when it comes to talking about certain crimes like and where women are literally forced into having a child against their will. Like, obviously no woman wants to, you know, be attacked and then have a child with their attacker, yet he believes these women should go through with that, which is cool. Have your belief, but like, keep it to yourself. Stop trying to shame people. And it's not just Cole when it comes to pro-life, it's also Savannah. And again, I don't care if you're conservative and you are pro-life. I get it. I understand how you feel. My whole family is conservative. Everyone is a Trump supporter, which is fine. I'm not a Trump hater, like whatever. I'm just trying to stay out of it, honestly. I don't pay attention to politics. I pay attention to YouTube. But yeah, Savannah has tweeted in the past that she, you know, is pro-life, and that's totally fine. It's just the delivery is kind of sour, especially for people who lead with God and lead with Jesus. I have been to so many camps for like Christian, Bible school, all of that, and that's just not the way that I thought Christians were supposed to behave or act or speak. I understand like speaking, you know, scripture or trying to talk about morals and great things like that, but just degrading people who sin and trying to judge people who sin, or, you know, judge people who are living different lifestyles than your own is just very judgmental for a Christian. And I'm about to play a clip of Trisha, which is honestly coming out of nowhere. I don't know why Trisha's in this video, but she has spoken up against them in the past, and she makes a good point.
Your wife committed the ultimate sin in the eyes of Christians like yourselves of having before marriage, and not only that, getting pregnant, having a child out of wedlock. If you are going to go holy roller Christian, we are the purest, we are the most humble, then she is the first to be condemned.
Like I said, Trisha has a point, because Everleigh was born before marriage, and even though Cole did save his V card, you know, for marriage, it doesn't make it right for his wife, you know, to have done that and had a kid according to his Christian standards. So stop trying to hold people to a standard that your own family do not meet. This video is going to be a lot of information just bouncing around, so try to keep up with me, guys. But another issue I have with Cole, and a lot of this does revolve around Twitter because he has tweeted offensive things. Again, I don't care if it was 5 years ago, 10 years ago, like, this is his true colors, so let's let him shine. For instance, Cole has tweeted out before that he does not believe in depression, and he kind of blames, like, people for their own depression. Like, he's saying, get off your phone, go outside, go, like, take a shower, things like that, which are totally normal, and I do all of those. I'm very active. I do a ton of things every single day in my life. I'm not laying in bed all day, which, again, you shouldn't shame someone because they are depressed. That is an illness, but that doesn't matter. I still do so much with my life, working out, all that, and I am depressed. I am anxious. So you cannot just blame other things for this illness, because people actually do struggle with it, and you being insensitive towards that does not make me feel any more like comfortable around you or want to be your fan, because I feel like you are totally writing off a huge part of the population who is vulnerable, especially in these times where we are locked up inside and really alone. I mean, I think we're allowed to have our depression and our feelings. Claiming that Jesus is going to save you from depression is a rhetoric that is pretty dangerous, and honestly leads Christians down dark roads where they sometimes do the unthinkable because they're so sad, and, you know, Jesus wasn't there for when they were anxious and depressed, and maybe if they seeked help and got therapy or medication or treatment, they would have been okay. So I just don't like when people talk down on mental illness, especially because I suffer from it and I studied it. So do not act like it's fake. It's not a hoax. That being said, we are in such a rough time right now, and it is so sad just being, locked inside, not having work, losing your job, losing your family members. And right now, Cole has been tweeting out things that are really insensitive towards, what's going on in this world. And I just think that we need to uplift influencers who are understanding and who are spreading truth, not trying to question what is happening. Just like it's wrong that all these influencers are out here partying and spreading their germs, it's also wrong that this family hasn't quarantined at all. They have been going to parties, they went on vacation, they've done a ton of things the last few months, and that just goes to show that they have a lot of money and they can really do whatever they want regardless of what is happening in this world. And it would be nice if the elites and the rich people could just, stay inside and, follow the rules so we can all return to normal one day. I know we've been talking about a bunch of things that have happened in the past, but I do want to talk about some things that have been happening recently. Like, they did just give birth to their third child together. Well, no, their second child together, but their third child in the family. They posted a video called The Live Birth of Our Son, and it's not even a week old and has almost 10 million views. So this video is highly popular and it's going to bring in a big paycheck. I find it kind of weird that they made this video and put it online. I mean, they did this before for their last child, so it's not a big surprise, but I do find it kind of uncomfortable. Watching the video though, you can see the mom, gave birth but was happy the entire time. I thought giving birth would be screaming and all these other things. Honestly, I've never watched a video of it because, again, TMI, and I don't want to see all that. But I watched this video and you can see the mom is joyful throughout the whole experience, which honestly, A+ to you, Savannah.
Are you ready for this? This is the real question.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I'm ready.
How you feeling? You're good. You're doing better than ever.
Slow down, put that hand behind him.
Oh, wow.
4, 5. He's got lots of hair. You could give him a faux hawk by tomorrow.
He has a lot of hair.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Gosh.
Long.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? How are you doing this?
Like I said, they posted the same type of video when Posey was born, and they almost took identical pictures as well. You can see this picture is from when Posey was birthed, and this picture is from the new baby. They're calling him Baby Z. Obviously, Savannah looks beautiful, and you can tell she has her makeup and hair done, and obviously, I don't know what it's like to give birth to a child, but I know a lot of mothers, on Discord and things like that, were sharing their opinions, and they were like, who has the time to get their hair and makeup done? But also, she is a celebrity, so I guess she does have the time. Having their personal lives and their children's lives involved in YouTube has led to some weird things. So Baby Z, for instance, we don't know the baby's name, that's gonna be a whole nother video. The baby's birth is a video. They actually just posted a video about the baby being in ICU and the baby meeting their siblings, and I just think it's kind of weird they're trying to flex the whole ICU thing, because that scares me. If my baby was in ICU, that's not a good sign. But like I was saying, it's kind of weird putting your children's lives on YouTube, because then they become stars and people are obsessed with them, and this baby is not even here yet. I was gonna say born, it's obviously born, but it's not even an influencer yet. I guess it's going to be an influencer soon, because both the children, Everleigh and Posey, both have Instagram, so they are influencers. But this Baby Z is already popping up all over Instagram, and people are trying to make accounts for the baby because they guess the name is Zealand, all these other Z names. And I find it kind of weird that grown people and children and all these other people are making fake Instagram pages for this baby, and it makes me think if they kept this stuff private, these weird things wouldn't be happening. I do have to mention a funny comment I came across though. It says, please don't name him Zinc. We already have to accept the name Steel, because the Ace family named their baby Steel, and that name's whatever. So if their child was named Zinc, it would be another what? And before I move on to the next topic, I do want to say this is kind of a popular video idea, posting your birth and things like that. So I guess it's not that uncommon, and I'm not trying to be a hater don't make this video, because other people are obviously doing it and it really pops off. But for me personally, I think it's kind of odd. Does that mean the baby's paycheck starts with that video? Are they going to get a percentage of that money revenue every single time? I just believe the kids should be getting paid for what they do on YouTube. Before we talk about their daughter Everleigh a little bit more in her YouTube channel, because she has a full-on YouTube channel making a lot of money, I do want to mention one more of Cole's tweets. So he was tweeting against PORN, which is, you know, videography for adults, and I don't really know what else I can say about it, but this tweet upset Trisha, and you guys might be wondering, why was Trisha like popping up in this video? Well, she was saying some pretty legit things, and honestly, Trisha is crazy, I must admit, and like we should not listen to Trisha or her advice, but when it came to this family, she pretty much called them out on some really important things and brought to light that Cole, you know, is controversial and hypocritical, and he's not the nicest guy when it comes to, you know, being open-minded. Well, Trisha saw his tweets about, you know, the industry, and you know, she is very popular. She does OnlyFans and all of the above. I have seen some unseeable things on her Twitter, so don't go check it out. But she did call him out on some of his clickbaits, like using Posey's injury as clickbait on a video, and it brings to light the whole, you know, family channels are wrong because they shouldn't be posting these things about their children and making money off of it and clickbait and getting attention and clout. It's just using their children when their children are already uncomfortable.
This happened to baby Posey's eye in Hawaii, and it's a picture of their baby in obvious some sort of physical pain or discomfort. That is disgusting. If you want to put that out about you or Savannah, grown adults, this is a baby. This is a baby. And you are putting that out for clickbait? Your child is less than a year old and you're using her misfortunes for clickbait. Everleigh is sick. Hope we don't get her pregnant mom. Everleigh has the flu. Hope we don't get her pregnant mom sick. Those are all keywords. Those are all clickbait titles. Those are all attracting titles for money. For money.
Again, Trisha is not the person I would take advice from, but she does have a point there and you can't deny it. Now let's talk about Everleigh because she is famous here on YouTube. She has over 3 million subscribers and she's literally a 7-year-old, which is wild. You might be wondering what that type of channel pays. Well, she's making up to $600,000 on YouTube, almost $1 million, and she's 7 years old, which is so wild and like the definition of a child star. As I mentioned earlier, Everleigh is not Cole's child. Everleigh has a father named Tommy, and you can see this picture of Tommy, Cole, and Everleigh together. It's so cute, and it's honestly a great reminder that Tommy is involved in her life. I don't know how much. They seem to try to paint him as a villain in their vlogs or make him seem like he's not really involved. But from what I've read online, it seems like he is there for her. I can't speak on everything and I don't know what's happening in real life, but that's just what I've read online. Now, I don't know if Cole would do this to Posey because Posey is his biological child, but he did prank Everleigh, and the prank was pretty controversial. Like, they got in trouble for it. They pretty much pranked Everleigh that they gave up their dog, and it made Everleigh obviously really upset, really emotional, and they put it on YouTube because they thought this was funny. Literally, you can see the mom laughing when Everleigh is crying.
In this video, Savannah decides to tell Everleigh that they will have to give away their family dog. Everleigh is heartbroken and cries until they explain that it's a joke.
We're giving Carl away to somebody else.
You gonna miss him?
Obviously, it's not funny at all, and it's really disgusting. It gives me Daddy-O5 vibes, which is a family channel that is no longer here because they used to prank their children, and then their children was taken away from them. So stop pranking your children. That's only going to leave them like permanent scars for the rest of their lives. So while I do think this family, the LaBrant family, is overall a good family, the fact that they told their daughter, like, we're going to give away your dog, and put her on camera and gave her really no comfort at all makes me a little disturbed, and it makes me question their intentions, because sometimes I think these family channels, especially these parents, start seeing that money come in and they start picking up the camera a little bit more and they start disconnecting from their child and they start trying to find the moments they can capture on camera to make videos or content or clickbait, because they're always trying to put out the next video for their fans, make, you know, another video with a ton of hits, make a lot of money. And it's honestly so sick that they would even think to prank their daughter, like telling her that they were going to give away your puppy. That is so sad. Like, if that happened to me, I would never forget that, and I'm sure she will never forget it either. So not only are you making your 7-year-old daughter work on YouTube and post videos quite often, you are also pranking her and not treating her the best way for someone who is bringing in almost $1 million to the family. I just hope that Everleigh is getting her cut of the cash and that she is not being taken advantage of in this situation, because she is the sweetest little girl, and I do think that, like, she's in a happy home. It's just kind of questionable that these parents would do that. Maybe it's because Cole is young. He's only 23 years old, so he's just trying to find, you know, the next prank, and, you know, this isn't his actual biological daughter, so maybe it doesn't matter that much to him. I have no idea. It's all sick thoughts, and I'm just gonna move past it. Another one of the LaBrant family scandals happened last year during the California wildfires. Pretty much wildfires were tearing up California, and I think this family thought it was a great opportunity to use the wildfires as an excuse and as clickbait. They posted a video titled, "We left our house because of the fires in California," which, you know, makes sense if the fires were around you. It was later shown that the fires were not even near their house at all, and it was all kind of like clickbaity and using the whole, you know, horrible situation at hand as a way to get clout and get attention. As you'll see in this next clip, they were preparing to leave California because Savannah is pregnant and they didn't want to risk it, which totally makes sense. But again, like, the fires weren't even near your house, so why did you even make this video?
The fire is now 29% contained.
And you can probably also see that the wind is picking up here. These are all the concerns in the...
I'm just doing this just in case if we do have to evacuate or our home gets burned down, we have it. So, hey, you know that we're leaving the fire, right? We're going far, far away.
We're going away from the fire so you don't have to be scared anymore.
People have made videos about this video claiming it is a lie and that they used California wildfires to their advantage for content. But you know what? We don't really know at the end of the day. We just know that the fires never really got close to your house. So were you actually leaving because of the fire? I respect it if you're trying to keep your pregnant wife safe. But this instance seems like another opportunity to make a vlog that will pop off. Finally, let's talk about the last topic when it comes to the LaBrant family. Again, I am not trying to create a hate video. This video is just going to be a record of everything they kind of have done wrong the last couple of years to open your guys' eyes to this family and to family channels in general, because nobody's perfect and there is no reason why this family should be using the Christian card to act like they are perfect and put down other people. It's just not right. Especially for a man who prides himself on his religion and acts like he's a saint. He has done some gross things, and honestly, we're at the grossest part right now. His old tweets from way back then. First off, if you guys did not know, he was a virgin until marriage. So he'd never been with anyone before Savannah. And we know Savannah has been with people before marriage because she had Everleigh, which again is a huge sin, and I don't know how he moved past that. I would love for him to make a video talking about how he accepted the fact that she, you know, wasn't a virgin, but you know what? That's another story. Well, the day after he got married, he tweeted this out saying it's nice to cross out one more thing off of your bucket list. And it's pretty much checking off the virginity mark, which again is such a weird thing to tweet out to your child fans. And if you take a closer look at that bucket list, one of those items are really weird. Like seamlessly transition into constantly devolving vlog scene on YouTube. A cute child and attractive girlfriend for a majority of views. What does that mean? Like, what? Can you comment below and translate that, guys? Because I don't know what that means. Another tweet he made about his virginity, which again, nobody's asking because you are literally a grown man, but it says, your Google searches change just a little bit after you lose your virginity. And it's him just like asking questions like, can a guy get pregnant? Or, you know, what's the size of your supposed to be? Some gross things that I don't even like to think about. It's so weird. And why would you tweet this out to your child fans? Just again, like, uncomfortable. And another tweet about, you know, doing it. He posted, of course, little gloves for your little weenies. And again, TMI, we don't need to know that you are doing this to Savannah. It's just kind of gross and like, ew, like, don't talk about that. Like, I know you're like a young guy, but you also are a father at this point. And like, now I see you as a daddy. Like, you are not like a friend, you are a dad because you have a child and you have like an empire. So start acting like an entrepreneur and not a joke. One of the worst tweets Cole has ever tweeted out before says, "I may just wait 20 years for David Beckham's 3-year-old daughter because God knows she's going to be gorgeous." And keep in mind, that is so sick. And like, also keep in mind, he met Everleigh when she was 3. So I'm like, do you have a thing for like 3-year-old? Like, I just don't know. Obviously, it's a really off-putting tweet, and I just don't think anyone should ever think like this. Like, why is this even like a process in your head and something that you would write on your phone and then tweet out and think it's okay? Like, that's questionable behavior, and that's why these old tweets matter, because this is the type of dude that is on your YouTube channel, on your children's screens, making tons of money from YouTube. There's always going to be consequences for everything you do online, and obviously he lost some sponsors because of this, and as he should, because I feel like he should learn his lesson not to tweet about young children like that. Like, for someone who's a perfect Christian, so judgmental, you hate the people, but yet you talk about how a little girl is attractive and how you would wait for her. It's just like, ew, so sick and so gross. And while I'm trying my best not to hate on this family, because I can understand how someone can grow and be new and, you know, gain knowledge and change, I also must acknowledge their past, because someone's past really does speak for who they are today. Hopefully he learned from this, but I am uncomfy, and looking into this family, I just found a lot of random little scandals everywhere. So I feel like there is more darkness behind the camera and behind the whole aesthetic of a perfect life. You just don't really see that part. So I want these family channels to start following some new guidelines. I want them to stop putting their children on camera when they don't want to be. I mean, Everleigh has expressed in the past that she doesn't like when people come up to her in public and talk to her. So I don't think she likes the fame, even though she has 3 million subscribers and puts out videos weekly. So it's not like I think the LaBrant family is like forcing a camera in her face at all times, because some families are like that, like the one that sued me, and they are really wrong for doing that. But like, the LaBrant family isn't as bad. Like, they're not always forcing their child on camera, but they're still doing a lot, and they're still doing a lot of gross things for a family channel. And they're still using religion against people. So please don't use religion against people. As someone who is religious, I just don't think that's right. And I think religion is something so personal and spiritual that you should probably keep it to yourself. Again, I'm just sharing my opinion, and you guys are more than welcome to have your opinion, so please comment below what you think. Obviously, I'm still going to watch this family. I still enjoy their content, to be honest. I just have to call out some of these things because they're gross, and there's a lot of videos online calling them out, but none of them have all of it in one place, and this is that video. So if you guys have a new family or someone else you want me to talk about, make sure you comment below. Check me out on Instagram at SL04N. I always love to DM you guys back, so I'll see you there. Make sure you subscribe and be sure to take care of yourselves. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.